The Sega Dreamcast is probably one of the greatest consoles ever. I mean, for reasons which I will not get into because I get depressed when I think about it, I did not partake in the Sega Dreamcast when it launched. I did not partake in the Sega Dreamcast for maybe 17 years. I didn't first start playing the Sega Dreamcast until a couple years ago when I finally found one for cheap and I picked it up. And I love this console. And it's insane that this was Sega's last hurrah as far as consoles go. That this thing actually failed when there's so much potential in it. I mean, yeah, I know the PlayStation 2 came along and just blew it out of the water. But aside from all the bells and whistles the PS2 had, the Sega Dreamcast had everything. Which, honestly, they may not have had a DVD player and all that stuff, but the games were phenomenal. And for an example of how phenomenal the games are, let's talk about a little known publisher called Capcom, because Capcom on the Sega Dreamcast did not miss. They didn't miss not once. They gave us one of the greatest games of all time, Power Stone, and of course the sequel. They gave us, you know what? I'm not going to get into it because I'm doing an entire series of Capcom gems on the Sega Dreamcast, starting with this video right now, and we're going all the way through the end of December. But starting with this video right here, this is Capcom Classics on the Dreamcast. Before we move forward, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and smack the hell out of the notification bell so that way you know when we go live with brand new content such as this. If you're new here, welcome to the family. I know I haven't posted in a while, but like I said, I've been hard at work. You know how I am. If it's not perfect, it ain't going up. So I'm working on stuff to get out here to keep y'all entertained, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so I want to ask you guys something real quick. And I want you to be 100% honest with me, especially in the comments. Yeah, leave this in the comments section if you know what I'm talking about. But let me ask y'all something. Why in the hell is no one talking about Tech Romancer? Tech Romancer was released by Capcom in 1998 for the arcades and was later ported to the Sega Dreamcast. This game is so many levels of awesome, it's not even funny. What's crazy is I remember seeing Tech Romancer in the arcade out in the wild back when I was back, it was around 98, 99 and not thinking shit about it. And I'm just like, another Capcom game that's not Street Fighter. Yeah, I'll get to it eventually. Fast forward 20 some odd years later, I get it on the Dreamcast, and holy Lord is this game amazing. Especially, you know what? It pays homage to the giant mech animes of old. And it does it so well. As a matter of fact, the same studio that did the Macross Robotech series designed the mechs for this game, which is crazy. And they all look awesome. And speaking of awesome, this intro though, y'all gotta see this for yourselves. Check it. Just look at it. Just look at it. Just look at the intro. Wow. I love that. I love that intro. And I mean, it pays homage. It's almost like you're watching an anime. They have everything from the time at the very beginning of the intro, the time in the corner of the screen, to, you know, how usually during an anime intro, especially for those who watch subtitle anime such as myself, like if you see it like how they broadcast it locally, there's a clock in the corner, in the upper left hand corner of the screen that shows what time it is. And usually when shows are coming on, they have that clock up there. Also, in this intro, you get a Karin cameo. Karin from Street Fighter. She's in the intro, which is awesome. And then at the end of the intro, you got the Capcom logo flashing with all the characters in the background. That's the part of the intro where they show all the sponsorships for the show. I absolutely love that intro. It goes so hard, and it's got that classic Capcom arcade sound to it. It's just mind-blowing. Anyway, so you select several different mechs. Every single mech has a different story. It's crazy. Every single one of them has a story to tell. Every single mech is like an episode of an anime series. Of course, I had to pick the main one, which was the Armor Knight G.A.A.S, because he honestly looks a little bit like Manzinger Z. You know, he's got that look to him. G.A.A.S is piloted by a kid named Jinpei, who's trying to avenge his grandfather, who just happens to be named Todoroki, not to be confused with this Todoroki. His grandfather was killed by the Gold Bus Corp. Yeah, Gold Bus. I said that, Gold Bus. I think that's how you pronounce it, but we're just gonna call him Gold Bus. So Jinpei ends up inheriting G.A.A.S, and they run roughshod through a whole bunch of different opponents and eventually wind up fighting the Gold Bus. Now, the entire time, there is a whole story playing out and dialogue and everything. Here's an example. I'm telling you, when I was playing this game, I was into it. I mean, I felt like I was watching a real anime. That's how awesome this game is. And so, but even the fights, you fighting, you feel like you're taking part in an anime battle. Hell, the final boss, when you're fighting this Gold Bus dude, he's super overpowered. And you're gonna struggle a little bit fighting him, just like how the main character would normally struggle in a final boss battle in an anime. But of course, there is a happy ending. Jinpei ends up saving the world, and G.A.A.S is the strongest, and he ends up putting G.A.A.S back up so he can go back to school. But that's just one story, you know. There's so many other different stories to go through in this game, so I have a lot to do with this particular one. Unfortunately, we'll be here all day if we talk about Techromancer, because that's how much content is on it. But I recommend, if you own a Sega Dreamcast, I recommend you pick up Techromancer. Either way, I don't care how you get it. Get your hands on this game. Check out Techromancer. Spread the word about Techromancer, because it is a travesty that absolutely no one is talking about this. Nobody ever brings this game up. And I have a thing of digging up things that no one talks about, and all of a sudden, people start talking about it again. For example, this here Felix the Cat video I did. Nobody was talking about Felix before that video I made. Now, Felix is on the cover of the Universal Studios store, and Pat the Red Monkey did a Felix the Cat video over on his channel if you want to go check that out. If we can do that with Felix, we can do this with Tech Romancer. This game needs to be played. I don't give a damn how, but it needs to be played. It needs to be talked about. It gets zero love, and this is an absolute gem. I highly recommend you check this game out. So this is the first of a few Capcom Sega Dreamcast titles I'm going to be talking about. Next week, we're going to be talking about Cannon Spike from Capcom. That was an awesome one too. Another one no one's talking about, which is insane. That's why I love doing it. That's why I love making these videos. That's why I do this channel. Because there's so many games out there going untouched and unloved. And I'm gonna talk about them. We gonna get them out there, and you watching can help spread the word about this video. Spread the word about Tech Romancer. Hell, spread the word about G.A.A.S. And you know how you can do that? By hitting the like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, and make sure you absolutely, positively smack the hell out of the notification bell. Don't push the notification bell. No, that's not good enough. You gotta smack the notification bell, so that way you know when we go live with brand new content such as this. We're just a little over 1,500 subs. Let's start the new year strong. Come on in, family. Subscribe and come on through. We got more content coming, so stay tuned. I love entertaining each and every one of you. Thank you for the support, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Brown out.